Today we are going to try and solve pivotal method, and I'm gonna teach you guys how to do it. The solution on how you are going to do the pivotal method is you have to choose one element as your pivotal element. The requirement of your pivotal element should be equivalent to 1. As you can see in the given, you can choose 3 options for this pivotal solution, but I am gonna use this one as my pivotal element. In this part, we are gonna make a column or a row instead of deleting our determinants completely. Next is the solution of the pivotal would be always negative 1 raised to the sum of the position of the pivotal element. So our pivotal element is a to 1, therefore this would be negative 1 raised to 2 plus 1. You're going to multiply this by the determinant by the n minus 1 determinant, because we already made a row and cross out the numbers, and just write the numbers down. Elements in the pivotal rows and columns that meet the remaining entries or intersects the remaining entries. So if our entry is 14, we have to get the number beside it in pivotal row and column. That would be 2 and 5. For the negative 2, you're going to subtract it with 1 times 5. And for the negative 4, you'll subtract that with 3 times 5. And for our second column, for 3, we'll subtract that by 2 times negative 1. And for 2, that would be 1 times negative 1. And for the third row, negative 3 would be 3 times negative 1. And for the third column element, we are going to subtract into 2 times 3. And for negative 3, we're going to multiply it with 1 times 3. And for the negative 4, we are going to multiply that by 3 by 3. As you can see, first, second, and third column have the same element in the same column, which is 5, negative 1, and 3. And now, we will operate this and simplify it so it is a 3 by 3 column. And now, let's simplify the determinants. 14 minus 10 is 4. Negative 2 minus 5 is negative 7. Negative 4 minus 15 is negative 19. And next is 3 plus 2 is equals to 5. And 2 plus 1 is equals to 3. Negative 3 plus 3, and we'll have 0. And 1 minus 6 is negative 5. Negative 3 minus 3 will be negative 6. Last, negative 4 minus 9, and we'll have negative 13. And it's time to edit it real quick so it doesn't look too messy. So for each of our solution, if you come up with a 3 by 3 determinant, we can now apply a basket weave method. But if you want, you can use cofactor solution. But for the continuity of the discussion for pivotal, I'll use pivotal again for 3 by 3 determinant. This case is a very good example wherein we don't have a unity element of 1. So if I may choose, I'd like to use negative 5 and make it my pivotal element in the first row. Why first row? Because I noticed that there's another element 5 here, so that will make it 1 if I divide it. So I'm going to divide all this element by negative 5, so it means I'll be factoring out negative 5. I'll have to put a negative sign here, times I'll factor negative 5 in the first row, multiplied by that. So that would be 4 divided by negative 5, that's negative 4 over 5. And 5 divided by negative 5 is negative 1. And then negative 5 divided by negative 5 is going to be positive 1. And the remaining rows will be as it is written down. And again, the pivotal element that I'll be choosing is gonna be the first row and will be in the third column. Next is to cross out the first and the third column. So you have positive 5 and multiplied by, do not forget the negative 1 sign, raised to the position of your pivotal element. First row, third column, so that would be 1 plus 3. And now we're going to multiply it by, we have a 2 by 2 determinant, which is negative 7, negative 19. The second column is 3 and 0. We are gonna subtract this term by elements intersecting this remaining element, so we'll start by negative 7. We'll do row by column so you guys won't be confused. That would be negative 6 times negative 4 over 5. I'm just gonna move 3 a bit so we'll have more space. Next is negative 19 minus negative 13 times same column, which is negative 4 over 5. And again, I'll have to move the 0 so I'll have more subspace while writing. Next is 3 subtracted by negative 6 times negative 1. And 0 minus negative 13 times negative 1. And we'll have to simplify the 2 by 2 determinant. So this will be equivalent to 5 times positive 1 multiplied by 2 by 2. Now let's use the calculator to reduce error. We have negative 7 minus negative 6 times negative 4 over 5, and that is negative 59 over 5. And next is negative 19 minus negative 13 times negative 4 over 5, and that would be 147 over 5. And for the second column, we have 3 minus 6, so we have negative 3, and 0 minus positive 13, and we'll get negative 13. After this, we won't use pivotal anymore. We will use Leibniz formula. So 5 times negative 59 over 5 times negative 13 minus negative 147 over 5 times negative 3. So for the last one is 59 over 5 times negative 13 minus 147 over 5 times negative 3, and answer should be, wait, I missed the negative sign on 147 over 5. So the answer is gonna be 326 over 5, and we'll multiply it by 5, so we'll get 326. And that's how you do your pivotal elemental method.